Today we're going to be talking about why you should eliminate your garbage disposal unit. And we're going to show you how to do it, and we're also going to be changing the basket strainer. That strainer right there. We'll have to change that because the one required will be a little different. So the reason why this is the garbage disposal unit. The reason why you need to get rid of this thing is because if you have a septic tank, they're bad for septic tanks. And also, if you live in a tract home, they just clog your pipes up all the time. We're going to clean this whole mess up down here. So that's what this video today is about. We're going to get that unit out of there, put new piping in, and clean it up, make it look nice. So that's how first of all, that's how you take the unit off. Use a screwdriver and you turn that little thing just turn it, and it pops right off of there. And then you go ahead and undo all your plastic pipe. You probably should have, this part I'm doing right now, I should have done that first before I dropped the disposal unit. So go ahead and disconnect all your plastic pipes. And that thing, it pops out pretty simple. See that thing right there? Oh, that band, that chrome band, you just have to turn it with a screwdriver and it'll pop right off there, easy. Then you disconnect the black hose. The reason why some people say these things are also bad for the environment, but the main reason why you want to get rid of this thing is it's a filthy, dirty thing, and it also when the wife and the kids are throwing food down this thing all the time, it clogs up your pipes all the time, especially in tract homes. The cheap tract homes don't have good plumbing to begin with. You're constantly paying a plumber $200 to unclog your pipe, so it's not necessary. Get rid of this thing. And that's what this video today is about, why we should get rid of this. Now here's the little basket strainer that the disposal system was hooked onto. We have to take this off of here. This has to come off, and we're going to replace it with another strainer. This has 3 little screws on it, flathead screws. All you have to do is loosen these 3 flathead screws, and that thing will come loose. Just turn those. There's 3 of them. Loosen them up. And we have to take, this is one of the first things you got to do. You got to get this out of here. And now this part here, that thing up there, it has a metal O-ring on it. You have to use this flathead screwdriver and pop it out of that it's in a flange. So once you undo those 3 flathead screws, then you have to pop that O-ring out of there. And that's how, now you see how it popped, now it's all gone. So the tricky part is getting that O-ring out of there. Once you get that basket strainer off of there, then you have to clean it up. Make sure you get all the crud off of there. Want to get it as clean as possible. You can use a screwdriver and gently take some of the more difficult stuff off of there, but you want to get it as clean as possible before we put the new strainer in. And we're going to be, and also, if you're going to find a used one of these, you got to clean that up pretty good too. I'm going to be using a used one. So these are the water lines that go to the faucet. You won't have to mess with those. I'm just pointing them out because I'm changing the faucet also in this job. But that's another video. So today, this video is just on why you should take the garbage disposal unit out. And you're going to have a lot more room under the sink. Once you get that big clunker out of there, it's going to be nice and clean. A lot nicer setup. Here's some of the tools you might need. You're not going to need a saw, but you're going to need Teflon tape. You're going to need plumber's putty and a rag for excess water. And here is the new piping we're going to put in there. This pipe is going to go where the garbage disposal system went. You can buy these at Home Depot. They're only about $5. It's just a simple little two-piece pipe, and it goes from basket strainer to basket strainer. Just goes across there. It's already pre-measured. Very simple job. You can do this. Yes, you can definitely do this. So you just lay your pipes out. But before we get into the piping, we got to put the new sink strainer in. The new one that's the pipes have to hook up to. So you grab your plumber's putty, and we're going to make it into a little roll, a little tube. We're going to wrap this plumber's putty around the sink strainer, the new sink strainer. See how I'm just gently putting it around the strainer? Just put it around there, and if you're light on one spot, you can always add little. See, you can always add a little bit more to it. Be liberal with the plumber's putty. It's better to have too much plumber's putty than not enough. But that's about the right amount right there. You just push it into the corners, you see. Push it in the corner. And after we get this plumber's putty on there, we're going to push it into the sinkhole. So this is the fun part. So now here, okay, these are the parts that's going to go underneath the sink. You got your rubber gasket and your other gasket. That's going to go underneath the sink. That's going to hold it in place. And you got the metal nut there. So those go on the bottom. So there you go. You put that strainer in the sink. You push it down. You're going to have some excess putty pop up. All you have to do is take a paper towel and rub that off of there. And then on the bottom, you put the rubber gasket first and the other gasket, and you tighten it up with the metal nut. That's all there is to that. So now we're going on to the piping in the bottom. Now you see how these gaskets look a little different? The one on the left is the one you want to use for the one that connects to the basket strainer. See how it fits in there really nice? That's the gasket that you want to use right there when you're hooking it up to the bottom of the strainer. So that's very simple. All you have to do is hook that up. And you see how it goes across? This is really the easy part here. I mean, these all, you hand tighten these just hard as you can, with your hand, no wrench. And you just see how that just fits in there? You just turn them at an angle, and it pops right in. Hand tighten, like I said. And look how much cleaner and nicer that looks without the garbage disposal unit. And you're not going to get the nasty smell that those units always put up. Now, you might want to buy one of these I'm not going to use this piece here, but you might want to buy one of these just in case you need it. I didn't end up needing this piece because I found another extension. But you could always buy one of those just in case you need it, and then you don't have to go back to the store. I also replaced the kitchen faucet. So there it is. Look how much cleaner and nicer it looks, and how much room you got in there. You're not going to have any smell. It's going to be better for the environment. And the main thing is you're going to save yourself $200 from calling the plumber to unclog your pipes, because that food, the food that just gets chomped up in the disposal unit, it just clogs up your pipes. So good luck.